seen with Calathes, I'll say, and he's not very often wrong. Howard Garfinkel was really right in talking to us about the special qualities that kid has as a basketball player.
Those were Brockman's first free throw attempts of the game, just a 50% shooter on the season coming into the game. And Washington as a team, 4 of 11 from the line. And again, remember, they were the worst team in the country last year at 59%. Werner, Chaney, and a block by Gant. Gant is done.
To the defensive play that he just made. Florida got 2 really good drives there, utilizing what we talked about, the shot fake.
Oh, what a big shot for Irving Walker. A three-pointer with the shot clock running down.
Boy, you'd love to have that kid coming off your bench, I'll tell you that, because he is quick, he handles the ball, he gives you some shooting, gives you a little bit of everything when he comes in the game.
And he's given Florida their largest lead of the game. Washington had it down to 5 and then 3, and now it's back to 10, make it 8, as Brockman again finds some room, and he's got 20.
And you just mentioned Gant a moment ago, Dan, and there he was with a really good high-low pass that made the bucket possible. That's a really good quality that I think the kid brings along with all of skills. You know, he's a kid that can kind of play everywhere, and I don't very often compare anybody to this guy, but he plays the game a lot like John Havlicek played the game.
20 points tonight for the sophomore. Havlicek, one of your all-time favorites?
All-time.
Yeah. Isaiah Thomas, and he hits the court hard.
Both very strong. I think Stoudemire's a little bit bigger than Thomas is, but he really uses the quickness to go wide left. How much will he be able to counter that by going to the right?
Werner sits down with his 4th foul. Just over 4 minutes to go. Thomas knocks down the free throws, but Washington still looking at an 8-point deficit. Parsons in some trouble, finds the open man in Tyus. Air ball.
Good release by Tyus, but a poor selection of shots.
Now Isaiah Thomas, he goes right, hangs in the air, and somehow banks it in as 2 Gators hit the deck. What a play by Isaiah Thomas. Timeout, Florida.
See what was going on, and I think that's the key to making good decisions, is just developing the ability to really pay attention to what's happening and where your teammates are.
Nearly turned over. Isaiah Thomas did not have an assist coach in last night's game against Kansas. He has 8 assists in tonight's game against Florida.
That was a great play by Parsons. We were just talking about being alert, and there's a bad pass, and yet Parsons was there to save it from becoming a turnover. Fouls that put the other guy on the free throw line or missing free throw shots. So we need to see how they all do in those categories.
Shot clock winding down. Tyus the miss. Husky rebound. 3 minutes to go. They've got the ball down 6. A stop and go by Thomas. Again high off the glass and in. Isaiah Thomas has 14.
He has a great knack for taking the ball back away from his body and keeping it away from the shot blocker and then arching it up over his head.
He has 5 field goals tonight, Coach. I think every single one of them has been a one-handed kind of running layup off the glass.
Not coming in to help on it.
And the guy coming to make the block on him is a foot taller than he is. Tyus is 6'8". Thomas is only 5'8". Using the screen, gets inside. Open is Gant. We got a 2-point game.
Now that time, I think Thomas was really smart with what he did. It looked to me like he wanted to draw people to him to get somebody open because he got the ball right to Gant immediately, and he was wide open because of the move to double up on Thomas going down the lane.
Werner driving on Brockman. Offensive foul.
Here's a big possession for both teams. I think Washington's going to take a little bit of time here, see what they can do, what all they can put together.
Looking at a 2-3 zone. Thomas, and maybe the degree of difficulty a little too strong on that one, but Brockman with the offensive board.
He was going for the board before the ball was released from Thomas' hand. That's how quick he went to the offensive board that time.
He is a rebounding machine. Had 18 last night against Kansas. Gant. Brockman. And a foul.
Ball and retain possession.
Pretty good looking stroke right here with 1:23 to go.
Well, you know, we talked about the free throw in the last 3 minutes, and Washington has made 2 more than Florida has made to this point, which brought it to a tie.
How about a 10-0 run right now for the Huskies to tie it at 81, just over a minute to go here in Kansas City. Timeout Gators.
Where the free throw opportunity would exist through the pass that's made inside.
And it'll be Calathes making the decisions. He finds Hodge in the corner for 3.
So it's a baseline screen. Good screen set by Florida. It was not a moving screen. Very good screen.
Into the final minute. That snaps a 10-0 run for the Huskies. Can they rally again? Thomas underneath and will shoot a couple. Man, was that close to going down.
Or with the pass. You're going to have to force him to get rid of the ball before he can get too far inside where he...
Against Florida, 1 more free throw coming. 1-point game. Timeout Washington. With a pretty impressive team in Syracuse that scored 89 points last night against Florida.
If Florida holds the ball for 25 seconds here, I don't think that Washington can play him without committing a foul. Oh, don't kill your dribble.
They've got to use a timeout. You're right.
Bounce.
They're trying to get it to Calathes. Into Tyus and now Parsons. They're just trying to hand the ball to Nick Calathes any way they can, and now he's got it. And a foul is called on Gans, so Calathes will go to the line.
I'd want to call a timeout and see what we can do to get things set up for a 3. All right, now 2 is...
1 of 2.
They can win it with a 3. They can't win it with a 2, but they can tie it.
Shot clock turned off, and Coach Romar wants a timeout. He'll use his last timeout. Looking to get it to Thomas. It's into Gant, and now he'll find Thomas. 15 seconds.
They're in a zone. They're going to try and double up on. No, they've got Calathes on him. They're in a man-to-man.
He's driving. Missed it. The follow, no. Rebound Florida, and Brockman commits the hard foul.
Situation here. Do you want to miss a free throw, or do you want to try and make both of them? All right, now, for a fairly decent shot in 4 seconds.
3-point game.
You've got to make him get it in up there. Now, here's a chance to foul, too, and they never get that. That's all right. From a Florida standpoint, the one time in an important game where I wanted to foul.
The likes of Holiday and Turner come charging in from the perimeter as well. Thomas looking to deliberately miss the free throw. He did. Brockman had it, forces it out, but it won't go. Well, they got a shot at it, not a good one, but they got a look at it. But at the end, Coach, Florida hangs on and wins 86-84.